globe are talking about. And that is what we want all of you to get started on through this mastermind as well. But if you ask me, as an AI generalist, what is it that I would do? Well, you would fundamentally solve problems with AI. And for that, you need to have a deep understanding of AI models. You need to understand which AI model to use where. And you also need to be able to build organizational level solutions with AI models. And today, in the very first session, you will realize that there is not just one AI model that you can play with. There are hundreds of AI models that have come out into the market that you can play around with. And each AI model that has come out into the market at this point of time has its own capability today. Drop in a heart if all of this sounds exciting to all of you, right? But this is what a full stack AI generalist would eventually end up doing. And to be able to make it clearer for all of you, look at this graph. All of us have been deeply skilled in one specific domain until today. But going forward, we need to focus on multi-domain skill set, which is if you are very skilled as a techie today, if you are a software engineer today, you also need enough skill sets to be able to go ahead and solve a data problem or a product problem or a design problem or a marketing or a business management problem, because that is what is being expected of people inside of companies as generalists. Are you all clear in terms of who an AI generalist is? Drop in a yes on the chat if you are clear about who an AI generalist is. Wonderful. And see, I do see a few messages from some of you saying, hey, I'm in 12th grade. Is this going to be helpful for me? Absolutely, yes. Because, like I said, irrespective of who you are and what you're doing as of today, we are all stepping into a world that is going to be dominated by AI generalists. And if you yourself do not know what an AI generalist looks like or is expected to be like, you will not be able to win in today's world anymore. Now, what is this going to mean for people with different years of experience altogether? Well, if you're wondering, funny, I have 20 plus years of work experience. Are you really telling me that I should leave my specialist skills and become an AI generalist altogether? Well, that is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that even irrespective of whether you have 20 plus years of experience or whether you have 5 plus years of experience or whether you're getting started with your career, we need to upskill ourselves with AI. Because if you're someone with 20 plus years of experience, the team that you will be working with going forward will be a team of AI generalists. And to be able to lead and manage them, you need to be able to understand the use cases of AI yourself. Drop in a thumbs up if all the 20 plus years of uh, people with 20 plus years of experience, if you agree that for you to be able to lead a team of AI generalists, you yourself need to upskill yourself and learn the use cases of generative AI. If you agree, drop in a thumbs up. And all the people who have 3 to 9 years of work experience, you folks will be the ones building AI solutions inside of companies and organizations. You will be the ones using AI tools. You will be the ones mastering AI workflows that we will try to teach you through today and tomorrow as well. But you will be the ones building these solutions all by yourself. And people who are getting started with your careers at this point of time, AI can literally be your unfair advantage to grow faster than 95% of your friends who are probably chilling this weekend and not learning the importance of AI. Well, all of this stands very, very true because this is from a recent survey that was done. And companies have been operating until this today. But what studies all across the globe tell us is that the number of human beings that we have inside of companies is fundamentally going to reduce. We're going to see an age where robots are going to do a lot of things for us. And these robots are going to sit inside of computers itself in the form of AI agents. They're not going to be walking robots, but these are robots that will be inside of computers itself. This is the world that we have all already entered. And that is what is very, very exciting. if you are able to upskill yourself and if you are able to beat the crowd when it comes to AI. Now, the biggest opportunity that we are also seeing here for everybody across the globe is in consulting. If you are someone who is having a very strong understanding of business and a strong understanding of AI, you need not just stick to your full time role as of today. You can become a consultant as well. And as a consultant, you can go ahead and make money on the side. Drop in a heart if you have always wanted to make money on the side, not just be dependent on your full-time salaries, but also make money on the side for yourself. Well, that exactly is what a lot of people across the globe, even the mentors that you're going to be seeing here in this entire mastermind who are coming and teaching you, have been able to start things on the side apart from their full-time roles to be able to make additional money for themselves. That is possible today. And that is what I want for each of you as well. Now, I quickly also want to touch up on all the entrepreneurs and hustlers because I'm sure all the entrepreneurs and hustlers have already realized the potential of AI. Well, I already showed this graph to all of you that inside of companies we're going to have lesser human beings, we're going to have more of computer models taking over things that we do. That is one of the reasons why I see a lot of people from San Francisco attending this particular session. There are billboards like these that are being put up that say stop hiring human beings, the era of AI employees is here. Well, I'll tell you why this is very, very exciting for all the entrepreneurs and hustlers out there. It is because with lesser dependency on human beings, you don't really have to worry about timelines. You don't have to worry about who is taking a leave and who is coming to office and who is reporting on time. The time that it has taken to go from idea to launch, to go from launch to first million, to go from first million to becoming a unicorn in terms of the revenue that you're generating. All of these have gotten crunched because of what AI is able to do. I love the fact that all of you are realizing the importance of AI and also dropping in claps as an emoji, right? Because today, entrepreneurs and hustlers can, if you are an entrepreneur yourself, you can scale your business infinitely without having to scale your costs at all, irrespective of the kind of business that you have. It could be an early stage or a mid stage or a late stage company. It could also be a product based or a service based or a traditional business that you're running or even a small store that you're running. You could have AI help you out inside of that. Now, before we move on, I want to play a quick 30-second teaser of what Sam Altman has to say about businesses in this era, right? Because until now, you have heard from me, but Sam Altman is the same person who went ahead and launched OpenAI. It is because of him that all of us today are talking about generative AI. So let us see what Sam Altman has to go ahead and say about this technology and how exciting it is.
Highly performant, smaller teams, thanks to these tools and these technologies, are going to be able to do so much more. Is that a trend you're seeing from the startups growing around y'all in Cerebral Valley?
We're going to see 10-person billion-dollar companies pretty soon, like billion-dollar valuations. And the thing that in my little group chat with my tech CEO friends, there's this betting pool for the first year that there's a 1-person billion-dollar company, which would have been unimaginable without AI, and now will happen.
I'm so happy you said that because I literally just wrote that out.
Pause this there, but I want to ask all of you on the chat. Did you all understand what Sam Altman just went ahead and said? It's just one sentence, but if you think about it, the most powerful sentence I would say. Did you all get that? Drop it in on the chat. What did you understand from what Sam Altman said? We will talk about responsible AI as well, right? Janil, we will talk about responsible AI. But Sam Altman, absolutely, Sam Altman is going ahead and saying that eventually we will have companies that are not filled with hundreds or thousands of people. Companies that are doing $1 billion in revenue might as well be led by a single person. That is what this technology can really do. And of course, we will talk about security, we will talk about responsible use cases of Gen AI. But for now, I would say keep all of that aside. No matter who you are, you need to become an AI generalist. If you agree with everything that I have mentioned until now, drop in AIG on the chat. Ajit, you're absolutely right. You don't need human beings to become rich today. AIG on the chat, if you agree that, let me go ahead and put out all the security, all the other things aside, but absolutely, folks. Love it. Love it. Love it. Somebody is like wasting time. Well, to be able to save time is why we are teaching this technology as well. So as we are learning, if you're considering it to be wasting time, well, I don't really know. I mean, AI models can learn on behalf of you, but I would still say you should also learn how these AI models work. But to become an AI generalist, what is it that you have to learn? Or to help you all understand how did we arrive at the structure of this entire mastermind? Well, for you to become a rockstar AI journalist and be unlike your friends, unlike your family members, or anybody else who's not learning this technology to the core, you need to know how Gen AI works, how do these models work, how to talk to these AI models, which AI model to use where, and you also need to have your own generative AI toolkit. And all of these is what we will be trying to teach you in the next 2 to 2.5 hours as part of the very first session. Now, the first session, like I said, is going to focus on the foundations. And we are also going to be going ahead and helping you all learn a lot of generative AI tools that you can start incorporating. But when we designed this session, I could not think of a better person than Divij, who will be taking it forward from here to come and teach you all of this because, as you can see on the screen, Divij has been working with Microsoft. And Microsoft has been leading this whole technology race from the beginning of time. But beyond of working at Microsoft, Divij has been able to do a lot more because of generative AI and its birth. And as I welcome him on board, I will allow him to go ahead and share a thing or two about the kind of projects that he has been pulling off on his own. But we really could not think of a better person to come and share their learnings and also the foundations of AI models with all of you, because you will get a sense of the AI generalism that I spoke about as well after you listen to Divij yourself. But Divij, thank you so much for taking your time out today morning and agreeing to do this for everyone. Welcome to the mastermind, and I hope I hope all of you can see Divij. Yes, on the chat if you can.
Thank you, Funny. I hope all of you are doing absolutely great, and I can see a lot of people commenting in the chat and really excited to learn about the AI. So I think we can get started, and
Absolutely.
I'll share more about my journey and how the session will look like once we are into the session. So let me quickly share my screen and talk about my journey, how the AI is looking and the going forward, right? And obviously, we will be taking all of your Q&A as well towards the end of the session. Just let me set it up. Can you all see my screen? Is it visible clearly? Perfect. Before starting the session, right? So I'll go into my introduction, my journey into the AI, and as Funny was discussing alongside the Microsoft, right? What I am building in the AI space, in mostly in the edtech focused. But few disclaimers I would like to highlight for every one of you. Have your pen and paper, right? So, I mean, you just need to take a note. And I believe most of you are starting your AI journey for the very first time, right? And a lot of people think when it comes to AI that ChatGPT is the AI. But that is not true at all in 2025, at least, right? So you just take a note, right? We will be starting with the very first definition of Gen AI. How does the large language model works? What are the different five-step process formula, right? And we will be building our own customized AI tool, right? And we will be exploring more than 15 plus tools, AI tools today. So you just have a placeholder, right? So that you can make some pointers and you can refer it back after the mastermind session, right? So I'll start everything from the scratch. so that you can understand everything, that how the Gen AI is evolving and how it works under the hood, right? How ChatGPT can respond me better. So I just want you to have undivided attention for next 2 hours at least, and we will be learning a lot in this level one, two, and three, right? So we are covering all three levels in this first session, and then you have more sessions, more advanced session coming in towards in the mastermind. So coming to my journey, right? So as all, I mean, I started as an engineer, right? So I was working as a electronics, and I did my bachelor's in electronics and communication, and I was working as an embedded software engineer. Uh, how many of you can recognize these two devices? Very quickly on the chat, if you have seen it. If yes, what is the name? What is the name of these two devices? If you have worked, I know people from this engineering background can only be able to relate. Yes. Okay, I already got the answer. So it's Arduino and Raspberry Pi. Some people are saying motherboard. It's you can just imagine it's a baby of a motherboard, right? So it's kind of a motherboard, but it's a baby product. It can fit into your palm of your hands. So you can say I was really excited and building a lot of IoT generated solution where you can connect a lot of sensors. And I was working with Air India as an avionics embedded software engineer. But I worked for a very short stint, around only 9 to 10 months, right? I was there with Air India working as in this IoT engineer over there. But then I thought, okay, my job looks like I have to play around the data, right? All the data which we are collecting, the petabytes of data, that was the scale. Now I want to pursue my career into data sciences, right? And that time it was data sciences back then when I did my master's. So I went on doing my master's in AI and machine learning, right? So it was all about learning all the legacy machine learning, deep learning models. And I started my career as a data and applied scientist, right? So I went on to college, did my full-time master's into the AI and ML, and started working with VMware as a data and applied scientist, and worked there for, I would say, almost 2 years, right? I was there with the Bangalore. I mean, it's based out of Bangalore. And the first thing that stood with me is participating in those hackathons, right? That was something core passion of mine. And I think if you really go and check towards the end, like on LinkedIn, 2 days back I posted, right? So we have a series of hackathons in our companies, like every year they organize. And that was a hat trick this time. And I won all three: 2023, 2024, and 2025 at Microsoft. Even with VMware, if I consider, it was 2021 also we won. I mean, me and my team, definitely. So that is something gives you, I would say, a passion to solve a problem or a challenge in a very constrained environment, right? You have just limited time. You have to come up with the solution of the problem. You have to build, you have to release, you have to get it validated from the judges, right? So all of that was really exciting. And with that only, I started working as an data and applied scientist in the co-pilot team. And right now I'm working with Microsoft, building a lot of AI solutions over there, majorly is focused on the anomaly detection side of things for the Teams product, right? So Microsoft Teams product. And with that, I think more of my journey started. And this was one of the hackathon project. If I tell you, it got started as a hackathon, but we built it a full-fledged solution known as AI. And this is currently incubated inside the Microsoft itself. If you just Google search Shiksha Copilot, you will get to know that this is a full-fledged solution that is being running in a lot of government school across Bangalore, and people are using this AI assistant to help plan their studies for the students, teachers, all the stakeholders who can fit into the picture. And we are keep on enhancing now feature sets with a lot of great advancement that's are happening in the AI, right? And we built this back when ChatGPT just launched, right? Anyone can tell me when ChatGPT got launched? I mean, year or a month? I mean, month and year. 2022, yes, absolutely. It's November 2022 when the first time we witnessed ChatGPT, and this we released in 2023 around June timeframe, right? So November 2022, the ChatGPT came, and this full-fledged working app, which was only text-based at that point of time, like text input, text output. But now it can support multiple video generation for concepts and all. But I'll talk about more. I mean, you can find more details later. But let's get started, right? So that was all about my journey. And again, sorry about that. Really excited coming again for this mastermind and impacting or making you learn to start your own journey into the AI, right? So I just want your commitment for next 2 hours because I'll be going from very first thing of the definition of the AI, right? Gen AI. So just stay focused for next 2 hours and you will really, really get excited about the learning about Gen AI, right? That's the curiosity that you will be getting throughout this session so that you can obviously go back and learn much more things apart from this, the mastermind. Perfect, right? So let's start with the definition. If I just break it down into smaller concepts, right? What is Gen AI? This is the proper definition mentioned on Google, but let's try to understand the words which are most important in this, right? So it's a type of artificial intelligence. That means we have other types also, right? It's just one type of AI. We have a lot of deterministic, predictive, and all that stuff. But this generative, right? The word generative AI is the part of AI or type of AI that creates original content such as text, images, and videos, right? When I say original, just think it of how human also learns, right? Because you will find how human intelligence, right, works is very much similar to artificial intelligence, or rather I would like to call artificial intelligence as infinite intelligence, right? Because there is no limitations over there. I can keep on expanding the size of the model and it can keep on having more parameters, right? You keep on hearing 10 billion parameters, 100 billion parameters. So it's kind of an infinite, but human intelligence is finite. Now, let's break it down with the analogy. For example, right, why we are calling it as original content. Just imagine that someone gave me a task which I have never studied, let's say any topic in chemical engineering, right? So let's say someone came and said that, okay, can you present some topic inside the chemical engineering? What would a human do, right? What would you and I do, right? I'll go back, I'll search the internet. I'll try to get a lot of great articles, resources for myself to read. I'll go and check all the books, right, related to that chemical engineering for that topic. Third, I might connect to professors, the experts in that domain, right? I'll try to gather the knowledge from that. So you imagine, right? I went on to different resources, gathered all the knowledge, make my own notes, right? Wrote everything. But when is the day to come, or let's say when is the day to present on that topic? I will not be copy pasting the content from the book or from the internet, right? I'll not be copy pasting. I have learned, I have understood, I know those were my learning materials. Now I can go and express my own words, my own analogies, my own examples, and explain the concept. And same is the way AI is doing, right? A lot of people think it has learned everything from the content which we human have provided, which is present on the internet. But now it understood the pattern. Now it understood the working of, and you can say the language, the rules that we have. Now it has understood that which words come, which word is the next word to this particular thing. It has learned those patterns and it can now predict on its own and can generate a new text which it is not present on the internet. It can generate a new image which is not there on the internet, right? It understood what a horse look like, what a Mars look like. I can go and infuse those together and create something out of it. So that is what era we are living in. This is why we are called, it can create original content, right? A lot of people get confused why original when humans have only fed. That is true. That was the food for the AI, but now it can learn. Now it can generate a new content, right? So now let's understand this entire space, right? I'll just spend 2 to 3 minutes on this slide and we will be done understanding the entire AI space, right? I know a lot of people get daunted that there is so much to learn, but I'll break it down into three parts. And you will be knowing that all my AI apps will be falling under that part, right? And then we will be looking at how the chat GPT or any other large language model works under the hood, how it is responding me so well, how it always give me a correct answer. I'll